So before we jump live, I actually want to bring our viewers' attention to something else that we are just learning. I want to pivot to some breaking news. Again, before we go to the Eastman trial, that is that U.S. basketball player Brittney Griner has just pleaded guilty to drug charges in Russia. Now, as we reported, she was detained in a Moscow airport with hashish vape cartridges in her luggage back in February. This was just days before the war broke out between Ukraine and Russia, and she now faces up to 10 years in prison. And this guilty plea comes after Griner called on President Biden to help bring her home. So, Judge, with this breaking development, and I'll tell you one other interesting tidbit, this is per ESPN. Apparently, this guilty plea is not going to end the trial in Russia anytime soon. They still want to put the whole case into the file, so they're going to continue it out. This could take weeks. This could take months. So it's not as if it just stops the process right now. But what do you make of the strategy for her to plead guilty?
I know what the strategy would be in our American style of jurisprudence. The expectation would be that she has now taken responsibility and that she would not be facing the maximum penalty. That's our style of jurisprudence. I can tell you that I have no confidence that her pleading guilty to this charge in Russia and they're continuing on with the trial that could last months, that's going to do anything to mitigate, lessen, reduce, or somehow, accommodate her sentence that she's likely to get at the conclusion of this whole fiasco.
It's interesting you say that because Dr. Pearson, Brittney Griner, said this in open court. I'd like to plead guilty, Your Honor, but there was no intent. I didn't want to break the law. I'd like to give my testimony later. I need time to prepare. What do you make of that?
Their system of justice, if that's a word over there, is something that I don't understand. I think that, I have concerns of her being compelled to plead guilty, that she's obviously being used as a political prisoner, a political hostage as a way to torture, if you will, the United States for United States support of Ukraine, and their involvement. Unfortunately, this woman is caught in the middle of that and is unfortunately being subjected to a process over there that seems wholly unfair.
All right. Well, we'll continue to monitor the situation, report as necessary. We'll take a break. When we come back, hopefully we'll be able to jump live. It looks like we can in the Kevin Dean Eastman trial. Stay